So the N Blend range by Dissipates. We've got the DNA here. We've been talking about this in some of the other ranges. We know that obviously it's the liquid food stimulant and PVA friendly.
Yep. And
this is the N Blend version.
Yeah, that's right. Much like you've seen in other videos, it is actually a 3-part liquid. You can see the colour difference between the bottom and the top.
Yep.
And you give it a good shake to activate it. Good 40-50 seconds needed really to get it mixed in well.
Yep.
Once it's all mixed in properly, we haven't quite got there, but you'll start to see the bits starting to mix in and come to the top.
Yeah.
Especially good on any of the bait range, whether it be the boilies or the stick mixers we spoke about. With it being PVA friendly, you can't use too much of it.
Yep.
Just give it a good liberal coating, and as long as you can before you're fishing. So if you're going out at the weekend, try and remember on a Wednesday or a Thursday night to get your boilies out and start giving them a good coating. You will find that the boilies will start drawing the liquid in.
Yep.
Just check it the following night, give it another squirt, get some more on there, and it'll just get to a point where it can't take any more in.
And that's where you'll want it at that point.
That's right. At that point you can start adding in things like the stick mix, or you can even start adding in pellet. If you're spodding out, you might want to be mixing your pellet in with your boilie. Get it all going in one bucket, keep it easy for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the way it works is it's oil based, so as the lighter oil rises through the water column, it'll pull up the heavier particles, and as it disperses, the heavier particles fall back down.
Yep.
And off it goes again, up and down. So you get the up and down effect in the water columns.
Yeah, that's going to be absolutely perfect. That's the sort of thing that you want, isn't it? Because it creates that attraction, and it's going to stay there. To say constantly, you might have to top up every now and then, but yeah,
that's
right.
It going. One thing that you'll find is after a while it will die down. You know, after a few hours it will die down. But once the fish start moving in onto your spot and start feeding, that'll actually trigger it off again.
So kick it back up again.
That's right. And if you've got a ripple on the water, because it's oil based, it will calm a spot. You'll see exactly where you're fishing.
Yep.
And if it has calmed down and the fish have moved in, you will see that starting to rise and hit the surface. You'll be sitting on the end of your rod waiting for it to peel off.
Yes, and that flat spot as well is always useful when you're using something like this, because it gives you that target area. So if you're spotting, you know where you need to hit.
That's right. Yeah, that's right, and you can keep it in a very tight proximity.
Yes, yeah, because you know exactly where your bait is. Because you can typically tell, but if you're not 100% on the water depth, you don't know how much swing back you get for where your bait lands. But something like that, where it creates that flat spot, is going to be really useful.
That's right. Yeah, indeed.
Absolutely brilliant. Perfect. The N Blend DNA from Dissipates.